The next universal law that I'm going to talk about is the law of compensation. So the law of compensation states that you will be compensated in direct proportion to the need for what you do, the ability for you to do it, and the inability to replace you. So understanding the law of compensation has been huge for my growth in terms of how much I earn, because the first part of the law of compensation states that you'll be compensated in direct proportion for the need for what you do. And so I recognized how much there was a need for the work that I do. There's so many people out there that need support with their mindset. There's so many people out there that want a huge change for their lives, but don't know how to go about it. And when I discovered the power of energy, the power of the subconscious mind, and our inner power that's locked within us, and I made it my mission to share this with as many people as I possibly could, I knew that I was setting out on a path of creating and putting something out in the world that was truly needed. I was creating what I wish existed. And I really encourage you, whatever it is that you decide to do, you create what you wish existed, and you create something from a place of service that you know people truly need. The next part of the law of compensation is about the ability to do it. And so how you're going to work on your ability, especially if you're on the path to becoming a coach, is exactly what you're doing right now. Continuing to learn, continuing to practice, to teach, to share, to coach. The more that you embody this person that you're wanting to become, the more you're going to strengthen the neural pathways that are needed to make that thing that you are consciously competent of become such a strong neural pathway that you are able to do it habitually. So for this, I always think back to when I first started doing live streams. I was worried I was going to run out of things to say. My live streams were always really short because I didn't feel like I had that much to say. I felt nervous. I felt hot. I was worried that people were going to leave really mean comments and hate on me. And so I wasn't that great at it, but I continued to show up and do them. And before I knew it, they became more comfortable. It became more second nature. And now when I do live streams, I'll go on for 45 minutes. I'll be like, I'm going to live stream for 10 minutes. And somehow 45 minutes later, I'm still talking because it's become such a habit for me that I can essentially do it without really thinking about it. And the same can go for being a business owner, for earning money, for supporting others, for your health and fitness, for your relationships, whatever it is. Your ability to do it will get better and stronger as you embody it and you become it. And the next part is the inability to replace you. And essentially, you're going to have that inability to replace you the more you focus on adding value, being of service, being kind, leaving people with that impression of increase, supporting other people. You will find that there's no one like you. I think that this is really important for professionalism as well. There's been times where, someone might be really talented at something, but the professionalism is lacking in some ways, and then you might not want to continue to work with that person. But if you are great at what you do, you're professional, you're kind, you're fun to work with, easy to work with, you're going to find that you become irreplaceable. And especially if you pair that with doing something that people really need, which I think mindset is the thing that people need the most in the world, then you know that you're on a clear path to being compensated well for what you do. So think of your unique creativity, think of your unique power, your gifts. And a lot of the time, we don't realize that our gifts are something special, our gifts are something unique, but oftentimes something that becomes something that is easy for you might actually be tough for other people. I often think of my friend Emily, who she was such a natural at connecting people and didn't realize that what was easy for her was actually tough for other people. And then she created a networking business, and now her full-time income is all about connecting people. So think about how can you add value to the world, how can you help people, and how can you stand out from the rest, not by competing, but just by being your own best self. And that's how you will truly work in harmony with the law of compensation.